Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kazuri Alameen, and I woke up breathing. I'm very grateful. Quick nugget of wisdom for you. Having worked over 40 years with people who are working through uh, grief and loss issues. Example, when you hear somebody say somebody has passed, somebody has died, we all going to taste death on earth. That's a fact. It's not a belief. The evidence speaks for itself. But how you die plays a role. It's bigger than just death. Example, you have some people who die in hospice. Some people die just have drop dead, have a heart attack. Some people are murdered. It's many ways people stop breathing. So what's your point this morning, Mr. Kazuri? That plays a role in your grief and loss. It plays a role in your recovery. Can you imagine when your family members is being killed because they was in the wrong place and got shot? That's a different kind of dynamic than a person suffering from cancer, a person just dropping dead. There are a lot of people that die every day in many different ways. And what people fail to recognize is you have to deal with that based on where you are in your life. Example, me and my sister was there when our mom transitioned 9 years ago. We were there at hospice. I witnessed my mother take her last breath on earth. I witnessed that. That's a different kind of dynamic. I've gotten clients who their loved ones were shot, they were killed, or they had a heart attack, or different ways and means. These things play a role in your life. And sometimes when a person transitions, people don't know what to say. Then we get into this traditional verbiage. Well, child, I know how you feel because I lost my mom too, or I lost my dad too, or I lost my child too. And some people mean well, some people don't. Some people don't know no better. Nobody knows how you feel. So my point is, it's a different synergy for me knowing my mother was sick and in his life. She just, it was just, eventually she got progressively worse. But being able to see her take her last breath is a whole different dynamic for me versus somebody calling and saying, my brother just got shot or carjacked, or my mom was ran over by somebody who kept on going. All these things play a different role. So what I'm encouraging you to do, you got to be where you're at in that process. One size does not fit all. So when I hear somebody say somebody died, I respect the process very highly. But from my years of professional experience, it's bigger than that. Because imagine if somebody hit your mother, example, and she died on the road and the person kept on going, they haven't found him or her yet. That's a different kind of dynamic. The person is deceased, but your mother didn't do anything wrong. Somebody hit and ran in their car. So all these things play a role. I think a lot of times we don't talk about this enough. We get to these traditional features of verbiage where we say we know how somebody else feels when they're dealing with grief and loss. And the people, and they don't. I'm speaking as a professional. They don't know how you feel because, hell, there are going to be some times you don't know how you feel. That's real talk. That's why they negative, that's real. So I'm encouraging you got to be where you are or you are where you be. Don't you rush yourself and don't allow anybody to rush you as you're working through your grief and loss issues. It's a process. It's a process. And I see so many people who get re-traumatized listening to people who don't know what they're talking about. And nobody don't want to hurt anybody else's feelings, but then you're not helping the person that you're striving to be there for because you don't know any better. Some people don't know any better. But there are going to be many feelings that you're going to have about losing your loved one or you losing your friend. Whatever your feelings are is okay. And part of the healing process is you got to be where you at. Don't rationalize it. Don't undervalue it. If you're at a point today where you're pissed, that's okay. If you're at a point today where you're sad, if you're at a point today where you got mixed emotions, that is totally okay. I want to validate that for you. There's nothing wrong with you. Because what happens is when you lose a person that you've had an experience with, this is not like, getting on a podcast and talking about data analysis and this and that. You had experience with that person or those people. They were a part of your existence. And they are no longer here in the physical. That is a process. And you must deal with it to the best of your ability, not somebody else's ability. I want to put that out there real seriously. Not some guru who got a podcast. Don't know what the hell they're talking about either. Not all people, but some of them don't know what they're talking about. But I work with so many people who getting re-traumatized every day listening to people who don't know what they're talking about. It's very condescending for you working through grief and loss. Somebody to tell you they know how you feel. They do not know how you feel. Because once again, there going to be some times you don't know how you feel. So if you don't know how you feel, how in the hell they going to know how you feel? They can be empathetic and sympathetic, but they don't know how you feel. So trust your own process. Listen to your own spirit. Your feelings are very real. They're very valued. So whatever you're feeling, be there with that. And one of the things about grief and loss, ladies and gentlemen, it has no time limit. It's not like you should be over your grief and loss in 36 months, 3 hours and 2 days and 44 seconds. That's BS. You got to be where you at. You'll never be the same. You'll never be the same. Different, but you'll never be the same because you had those experiences, and that's okay. One size does not fit all. So I want to validate for you this morning, one size does not fit all. Be where you are where you be. Grief has no time limit. Loss has no time limit. So that's totally okay. Nothing wrong with you. But I wanted to verbalize this morning because I run into so many people who've been re-traumatized listening to people about grief and loss issues. It just ain't about dying. Like I said, the example I gave a minute ago, it's different from seeing my mother die in hospice versus I got a call from one of my clients where his brother, sister just dropped dead. That's a different kind of dynamic. I got a call from a client where their sister was killed. That's a different kind of dynamic. All of them stopped breathing, but how they stopped breathing, why they stopped breathing, all that plays a role, and that's okay. So don't let nobody rush you, and don't you rush yourself. Because once again, at the end of the day, only you know how you feel. That's not negative. That is authentic. Only you know how you feel. And there are going to be some seasons in your life as you're working through your grief and loss issues, you're not going to know how you feel. Your feelings are going to be, you're going to have some ambiguities about how you feel. You might feel good at 10 o'clock and you don't feel good at 11 o'clock. That's totally okay. Because once again, these people are part of your existence. And they are no longer here in the physical. And that's totally okay. But whatever works for you, you got to work it. But you can only get there by moving at your own pace. Learn from others, yes. But you must be true to your own spirit. I need to say this again. Learn from others, but you must be true to your own spirit. It's just bigger than, like I said, it's bigger than this dying. It's bigger than this dying. And I'm saying this from 45 years of mental health experience. So wherever you are in that process, be there in that process. Nothing wrong with you. And once again, don't rush the process and don't allow anybody to rush you. It's bigger than death. It's bigger than that. So whatever layers you got to peel off, you put them up at your own pace. Put them up at your own pace. So don't nobody push you. Well, child, you should be over by now. Your husband been dead 4 years. That is so arrogant. Grief has no time limit. I've heard people tell people this. I had people come to me when Mr. Kazuri, I was talking to somebody, and they told me my son been dead 2 years. I should be over by now. That's diabolical and ignorant. Grief has no time limit. So take your time, find out what works for you, and you work it at your own pace. It's so very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. It's bigger than death. How you die, why you die, when you die. All these things play a role in your recovery. Nothing is wrong with you. Take your time and move at your own pace. And I'm speaking from 45 years of mental health experience. Experience is anything that you go through, anything that goes through you. I'm talking 45 years, dealing with children, adolescents, and adults. So I'm speaking from experience. Experience. That's the best teacher. Stay up and stay strong and move at your own pace. Please, ma'am. And please, sir. Thank you.